Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin. Also, Vays makes 250k bet that Bitcoin will drop below 2000. And also, we'll talk about the intelligent cryptocurrency investor. And we'll touch on the crypto fear and greed index. So just in case you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming airdrop, token swap, or hard fork. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. I just want to remind everybody there's a token swap for Theta token. Theta is going to launch its own mainnet. And make sure you send it to Binance. If you don't want to do the swap in the wallet, make sure you send it to Binance for the token swap. So do it very soon. And I know there's a whole bunch of pumping right now. Binance Coin has been pumping like crazy. Engine Coin is like a hockey stick pumping like crazy as well. Theta, same thing. Just be careful out there. I think right now is a good time to sell based on the indicator. It's not a good time to buy. And this is not a financial advice. This is not a financial advice. So you got to be careful. And also, what goes up must go down, right? Isn't it? So just I already tell you my position for Binance Coin. I'm not going to FOMO in, so just let them pump. And let's talk about the crypto fear and greed index. Right now, we are in the greed phase. So people are getting greedy right now at 55. Yesterday was 55. Last week was 36. And last month, there's a fear index of 38. That's interesting. So this is based on the data. They pull it from the internet based on the volatility. And this is starting from February 2018. They start measure the crypto fear and greed index. So 100 means extreme greedy, and then zero mean extreme fear. So you don't want to buy in greed because it's not a good thing, because you want to sell at those times. So they show you that when the greed. So in February 2018, the index almost go to 74. And remember, back in February 2018, the altcoin almost at its peak. If you still remember, the altcoin is almost at the peak, right? And the index is basically based on volatility, market momentum, social media. People are so bullish on the market. And the survey dominance, Bitcoin dominance. If it's Bitcoin dominance, that means people sell their altcoin, go to a Bitcoin. Is a fear signal. And the trend, the Google trend, whether people Google a lot of Bitcoin back in 2017, back in probably like September, December, people Googling Bitcoin like crazy, right? So right now it's at the greed stage. So I think you sell during this time, not buy. Again, this is not a financial advice. So if you go to the BTC USD long position, right now it's pretty low. And also the short position is about the same. So I have been saying that Bitcoin will be on the sideway, toward the sideway, and then downward momentum. I've been saying this all along. And for the Ethereum USD long position is another story. You can see the long position has been building up. And I don't know how far this pump will go. Maybe they're going to liquidate the long position and dump Ethereum. We don't know. So for the short position, it's pretty low. There's no reason to pump, but to dump. For Litecoin, both long and short position is similar. So let's see. Yeah, long position, the short position. Maybe they will. Maybe after they pump, they will dump. Let's see. We'll see how it goes. And let's talk about the Vays make a bet about. So Vays basically make a bet, a 250,000 bet that Bitcoin will drop below 2,000 before 2024 halving. So basically in the Twitter, he tweeted about if Bitcoin drops under 2K, you give me 100 BTC or Bitcoin, which is 200,000 K on that day or whatever. If it does not drop under 2K, I give you 1 Bitcoin or 250K, whichever has a higher dollar denominator value. And I have until 2024 halving to be sure 2K won't happen. So that's interesting. Yeah. anything could happen before the halving, right? Once halving, probably the bull cycle will kick in. We don't know. We never know. So some people retweet saying that I don't like those terms. I'm willing to entertain your action. I'm willing to bet one Bitcoin. That price trade below 1,500 on Big Stem before it trade above 6,500 and all that. And then Tongfei responds that don't make this bet. It's the same bet. Dow, I think Doug Port was offering me, and I changed it to 10K. You can make 5K if you like, but it's a rip off for you. If you win, you only win 1.5K, but if you lose 6.5K. Dominated bet in the US dollar. That's pretty interesting. They're making all this bet on the Twitter. And let's talk about the intelligent cryptocurrency investor. So there's a book called Intelligent Investor. Basically, if you are investor, you probably read that book. It's by Benjamin Graham. This is a pretty famous book. If you haven't read it, it's good to read it because those knowledge still apply in cryptocurrency. So basically, the speculator have gone home. The optimists have packed their bags, and the pessimists are running the show right now. That's what they're heading. And basically, they're talking about sometimes it's difficult to obtain the intrinsic value for the cryptocurrency because you don't have financial data to back it up. Everything is projected based on future growth, stuff like that. And the intelligent cryptocurrency investor, as I mentioned earlier, there's a book called Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. The wealth of old knowledge in the book still hold true today. And also there's a quote from the book saying that the whole point of investing is not purely to earn more money than average, but to earn enough money to meet your own needs. So you don't have to, to be, beat the market or whatever. But basically your goal is to earn enough money to meet your own needs. The best way to measure your investing success is not by whether you are beating the market right now, but whether you have put in a financial plan and a behavior discipline that are likely to get you to where you want to go. In the end, what matters isn't crossing the finish line before anybody else, but making sure that you do cross it. I think it's basically not to compare with one another. Just make sure you have the discipline and create a plan. Whenever you buy a stock or a crypto token, you got to have a plan. You got to have an exit strategy. You cannot just buy it and hold it. You cannot just keep on hodling it. You got to have a plan what you need to be done. So before you enter a position, you already have a plan. What's the exit strategy? And so basically, because in crypto world, there's tons and tons of news almost every day. And basically, we are like bombarded with different information and constant headline and sometimes drama too, right? And cryptocurrency, there's a huge degree of speculation than stock market because cryptocurrency, they don't have any hard factual or financial data to back it up at this time. Everything is based on speculation at this time. And basically, you need some type of framework for valuation and trading. And the thing is, you can focus on TA or technical analysis for long-term trend, and also market psychology is the key thing, I think, for trading cryptocurrency. So basically, intrinsic value of a cryptocurrency, you can evaluate the opinion and beliefs of the market participants. And as we talked about earlier, intrinsic value of crypto market is difficult to assess because they don't have revenue or profits at this time, most of the crypto token. And those are based on future projection, future technology and stuff like that. And so because this is also a very immature market, there's all the participants are very, it's not a professional investor. And so, for example, in value investing, the first step, you run the numbers and all that, and then you looking at the business, the value of business, and then the current net asset past performance and all that. In crypto, you can't do that. We don't have all this data. So basically, all you can do is to make judgment from its past market value and market psychology at the time, and also you can just do an approximation of the true market value, but that is not an intrinsic value. You know, Warren Buffett always say intrinsic value, right, of the business. So if the currency fall into area that previously on a number of occasions there's a support on that level, you can assume this is a fair market value for that cryptocurrency. So, but the thing is, you also need to add into technical analysis. Yes, also the emotional state of the market of the previous time and compared to the current time, because cryptocurrency is very emotional. It could be very emotional. It's because we have a whole bunch of investors. Those are not very professional investor. They sell based on emotion or they buy based on emotion. That is also very true in crypto because the market is so immature at this time. And they also talk about if the price approached a certain level and then broke down, did the price break down because of the overall negative market sentiment or because the negative market opinions of the individual asset in questions or the overall shift in the whole market sentiment? So we have to know, is it a specific token or the overall market sentiment? So if for example, if there's a chance the asset drop below the true market value because of manipulation in the overall emotions, that has happened all the time. You know, in cryptocurrency, there's tons and tons of manipulation, price manipulation, pump and dump and all that. If the price drop in a time of overall positive market sentiment, then if that token they drop in an overall positive market sentiment, there must be something wrong with that token. So you got to look at the market sentiment instead of intrinsic value. Also, how can you determine the top of an asset bubble? So basically, we talked about earlier that cryptocurrency is a very highly speculative in nature to begin with, because the majority of the investors are not institutional. They're not institutional investors. They're average people. They buy and sell based on emotion. And just like this is very similar to the earlier years of the stock market. The market is dominated by emotion. And basically, the pendulum of the investor psychology, you can swing back and forth at an incredibly fast speed. So in stock market, it takes weeks or months or years to have a swing, right? But in crypto, it takes hours and days because of the immature of the market. Because of the market is not sophisticated, also lack of sophistication, liquidity, and players in the market. And one of the main lessons you have to learn in cryptocurrency is what go up must go down. So if you see all this pump, engine coin, this BNB, this Binance coin, engine coin, Theta token, all are pumping like hockey stick. I don't know how far they may pump a little bit further before the token swap. And we don't know, this is not a financial advice. So this is pumped really hard. I think it's about time. I think it's a good time to sell actually for engine token. Not a financial advice once again. So if whatever goes up must go down. So they pump that hard, the drop will be very hard as well. So just be careful. Let's go back. So the psychology of an intelligent investor, basically Newton, Newton is the one, is a very famous scientist back in the 1720. He owned shares in South Sea Company, which is the hottest stock in England. The market was getting out of hand. People, gone crazy about this stock. And even a great physicist saying that he could calculate the motion of the heavenly bodies, but not the madness of the people. Even such a smart people who discover like gravity and stuff like that has saying that he can calculate the motion of the heavenly bodies, but not the madness of the people. So you cannot tell emotion. So you cannot tell how far the pump will go and how far it will dump. So Newton dumped the South Sea shares, basically pocket 100% profit, which is £7,000. But just months later, and because the market gone so crazy, Newton jumped back to the market at a higher price and lost 20,000. 20,000 pounds, which is about 3 million in today's money. So even such a smart people, they still make a huge mistake because of the market sentiment and market emotion. So basically, what's the point? So basically, the point is nobody can predict the top of the bubble, or how far the pump will go, and or how far the dump will go as well. So in this case, price often take time. The price of the token always take time to return to the fair market value, and they usually go back to the fair market value. Of course, there's tons of like miniature bubble and a handful of asset like expanding and popping, basically pump and dump, and also sometimes it's difficult to assess the intrinsic value. But the thing is, they are always become a price so high that nobody wants to pay it anymore. And then the news turns negative again, sentiment shifts again, then the crowd moves from the hot asset to the next hot asset. I think early on, every time you have a different hot asset. Right now it's Theta or the engine token or Binance token. The next turnaround, we don't know what's the next token they're going to pump and dump. So basically, the crowd move from one hot asset to the next hot asset, basically. So the market is like a pendulum that forever swing between unsustainable optimism, which makes stock market too expensive, and unjustified pessimism, which makes them too cheap. So the intelligent, if you want to be an intelligent investor, so you got to be a realist who sells to optimists and buys from the pessimists. So this is from Benjamin Graham. So this book has been written long time ago, and yet is still applied in today's market psychology. That is very interesting. So in cryptocurrency, basically you have to assess the cycle of emotions and how that cycle is correlated to the price. And the optimists are usually proved wrong when the last when the last pessimists fall. Those optimists will take control yet again. So this is a pretty interesting article. So basically, you just want to be a contrarian, right? Whenever people are so bullish, you don't want to be too bullish. Whenever everybody is so pessimism, you want to be bullish. So I think it's basically don't follow the crowd, basically. And when you go back to the horrific Bitcoin crashes, so you can see every time is a huge crash, 83% correction, 87% correction, 70% correction. So we are right now is 80-some% correction. So that was very similar to 2013 to 2015 market cycle. So which is last about 411 days. I think we haven't gone to 411 days yet. So I think maybe more to come. We don't know. So what do you think about the intelligent investor, cryptocurrency investor? Do you think there's such a thing of intelligent cryptocurrency investor? Please comment below. I'd like to hear from you. What do you think about the direction of Bitcoin? And do you think we have still more room to do the correction? And comment below about Tong Fei. Who is going to win this bet? So he's making a bet, making 250K bet that Bitcoin will drop below 2,000 before 2024 halving. So what do you think? Do you think he's going to win this bet? Please comment below. I would like to hear from you. That is pretty interesting how this all turned out. If you found this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe, also share with your friends. Also, please comment below. I read every single comment. I usually respond to you as soon as possible, but sometimes when I'm traveling, it's difficult to respond. And also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. And remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in ICO or cryptocurrency has inherent risk. Please use your due diligence.